All right, welcome everybody. This is my sixth episode, and obviously you guys know me, and I'm fucking kind of celebrating the 4th of July bullshit. Well, I don't want to say bullshit because there's a whole bunch of shit that's going on right now where it's like fuck the 4th, which I don't agree with at all. Fuck those guys, But I'm here with two vets. They're seamen. Don't judge them. But but it's Rick and Dan. Dan has a little nickname. We'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, they were both Navy. I've known Rick for a few years now through his girlfriend. I knew her for quite some time, and then met him about 3 years ago. And this is kind of the first time we've hung out. Really, we've
for the most
sat
part.
and bullshitted for a little bit, but it wasn't anything crazy.
Right.
As normal, if you are sensitive and don't like the cursing or whatever the fuck you want to fucking consider it, you can just fucking leave our podcast now. But I'm here with some fucking, good dudes. Gonna hear some stories and kind of talk about the barbecue that I made. I made some pork asses and some cream corn, some borracho beans, and then like last time, some spicy coleslaw. It was a great hit at work. It was a great hit with the last person, Randy. And I'll let these guys fucking explain how this shit tastes. And then I got some local breweries, some Barrio IPA. And I usually do a little shout out to some of the breweries because at some point, who knows, maybe I'll just fucking go in there and have some beers with them. And then State 48, it's in Phoenix. Really good beer, really good fucking brew, and it's a Mexican lager. It's desert vibes. And then this one's a citrus IPA. I love IPAs. Rick is drinking a Czech Pilsner, which is really good. And Dan is on a diet, and he's having some low carb fucking bullshit. But it's okay. Don't worry about it. Just don't judge him. He's a good guy. But, kind of little preview to what we were talking about. We were talking about how they were in the Navy together. They didn't really know each other too well or whatnot, but they ended up, kind of being here and I guess rekindling a little friendship or whatever.
It sounds messed up, but yeah.
And they've just been kind of hanging out and stuff. But hey, nice meeting you, Dan. I've never met him before, and we're just gonna talk some shit, like the good, the bad, the ugly of the military. I think in my past podcast I talked about a little bit of depression, but then you've all heard some of the fucking good stories of being overseas. I mean, I could fucking go on and on. I mean, shit. I was in Sri Lanka right around the same time he was in
Banda Aceh,
in Indonesia. After that tsunami hit, and he was telling me some stories about that, and that's pretty cool because we were in the same area about the same time. Both of these guys are post September 11th guys, so I don't know if it was. I mean, what was it? Was it a patriotic duty? You said that you were already in the process of going, so you were in MEPS and trying to go through. But what about for you? Was it?
I just wanted out of my house.
You just wanted out of the house?
Yeah, I was going to go Army, but luck with my parents' stuff.
You got that right. Lucky.
Oh my god. So, hey guys, real quick cheers. Cheers on your light, whatever the fuck it is. It's pretty good, huh?
It tastes like water.
Yeah. So it's Coors Light. You're drinking a fucking Coors Light. Oh, yeah. It's about the same. Whatever. So, tell me. So you wanted to get out of the house, but you had another story that you wanted to talk about once you joined the military and you kind of had a little fun in your first little.
Yeah. So first thing I did as soon as I got out of the military, got into the military, flew into Japan, and then met the ship, and then we're out in the ocean, out in the
Persian Gulf
for 30 days, and we went to Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
And the very first thing I did, very first day, I set out, I'm gonna lose my virginity.
How old were you?
19.
19. So you
19.
just graduated high school.
Yeah.
And
Never
now
touched
you're
a
in
woman.
Singapore.
Yep, and this is the best story ever. So we go to this place. It's called the Four Floors of Horse.
That's literally the name of it. I
It's
don't know
4
if you've been there.
floors of like massage parlors and bars.
Nice.
And I go up to the top floor. I who I was with. And go into the massage parlor and do the deed. And the lady looks at me and she goes, "You finished so quick." I go, "Yeah, it's my first time." And she goes, "Oh, no," and gives me my money back. I was like, "Are you sure?" No, you're okay. And I took that money and I went right next door. I went right next door. I was like, "I'd like a massage, please." And that's how our military began. It was
Wow.
Yeah.
I've got a similar story. For joining the military. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
I was in.
I mean, was it your virginity as well?
No, maybe.
No. Okay.
But we flew in. It was Christmas of 2002. Hopped on a plane, and I was headed to meet the carrier over in Bahrain. Well, I got there like 2 or 3 days before the ship was planning on pulling into port there. But they decided, oh, we'll just fly a cod out there, pick these couple of guys up, and then instead of leaving them on land, for 2 or 3 days to get in trouble or whatever. Well, they left us there for one night. That
Long
was,
enough to get in trouble.
that was enough. It was 3 sailors. We were all 18, 19 years old.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah.
First time
In
ever
Bahrain?
In Bahrain. First time ever in a foreign country. And there's hookers everywhere. There was at least 5 of them in the room that night. But first time ever, I literally got off the plane in Bahrain, got the hotel room, got something to eat, and got laid.
Yeah, that is usually the military lifestyle.
That's the
But
way
it's not-
it is.
Don't judge us because we all have some form of story. I just won't get into mine right now. It's not anything like that. But everybody has their own experiences. I mean, one lost his virginity, one was probably already a whore. So it's all fun and games. But so tell me a little about the career. Like, you did 4 years, you did 10 years. Places you've been, people you've hung out with, or what you've seen. You said that you went to the Middle East quite a bit. You
Yep.
said you were part of the process of dropping the first bombs in Iraq. So give me a little history on how that goes, or what actually occurred, what the events were.
Man, we were on the carrier. Somebody will correct me, I'm sure, because I don't have the dates right. But it was around the 19th of May, I think it was.
March.
19th of March
Mhm.
of 03. And the skipper come into our shop, man, and basically told us, "I hope you guys are ready. We're about to go to war. We're going to drop a lot of bombs." It's like, all right, well, where's the box of crayons? He comes up with a big, huge box of chalk, and the next thing you know, we're up there just loading bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Marking these bombs for everybody and anybody.
And on the carrier, mind you, this was 02, 03, but on the Constellation's last deployment, we didn't even use the weapons elevators. You had smaller elevators in the center part of the ship bringing up weapons, right, from down below. They were bringing up the bombs and the missiles on the aircraft elevators.
Damn, that many bombs and missiles.
That many at a time. I mean, hundreds at a time coming up at once.
God.
Three per trailer skid. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. So we started the war, did that. Carrier got home in June time frame of 03, and then from that time frame until I got out, I did 5 more deployments. Did a rescue detachment to Iraq, ended up in Afghanistan, from Al-Assad, Iraq to Kandahar, Afghanistan. And then I did shore duty. I did 7.5 years sea duty straight, one command. It's not really that heard of in the Navy. Some people do it here and there. But I did 7.5 years in one command, and then the rest I did shore duty and came home. It was time to get out.
See, I don't think I could. Part of the reason why I didn't join the Navy is because I don't think I could be at sea for that long. Fuck, I don't even know how to swim. So
I
fuck that
mean,
shit.
you're pulling it into a port every 30 to 40 days, man. Yeah, you might only be there 3 to 5 days, but those 3 to 5 days are fucking amazing.
What are some of the ports? What are some of the?
Bahrain, Singapore, Hong Kong, Sasebo, Japan, Thailand, Pattaya Beach, Dubai, Jabal Ali in Dubai, Sandbox, Hawaii,
Australia?
Australia.
New Zealand?
No, not New Zealand. I went to Australia 2 or 3 times. Perth, it was on the Perth side, which is like California to the U.S., right? And it's on the west coast of Australia.
Real hippie, real liberal.
Yeah, no, it was a party town, man. They fucking,
really?
they loved us over there. We pulled in on the Connie. We were on the Constellation. We pulled in, and back then that ship we weren't integrated with women. It was basically an all male ship.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
And you're talking 4,500 men, so to speak. You get off that fucking ship, man. I'm telling you, there were hundreds of women on that pier waiting for us.
Really?
Take us to lunch. Oh yeah, dude, it was crazy. They love American women.
That's the rumors I heard.
Really?
I heard any place you want to go to Australia.
It was amazing. Australia. I wouldn't go there now. I mean, politically, it's kind of
I've heard that.
but yeah, back then it was amazing.
I did hear a lot of my buddies that ended up going because I never got a chance to go. But the women there, if they hear an American accent, which I don't feel we have an accent, but it's different than theirs, and vice versa. Because the Brits or Italians or whoever come over here, women hear the accent, they're like, oh, they're intrigued, and it's just the exact opposite over there, and it's just like, what the fuck? That's fucking badass.
Yep.
So yeah, that was fucking seemed like it would be something pretty cool. So what about you? Where did you end up going, or what did you end up doing?
So I was in what's called a line shack. I went to Pensacola after boot camp. I was there for 8 months. Failed out of A school. Couldn't get past the week 3 of electrical, whatever. So I went. What do they call it? Fleet undesignated.
Undesignated airman.
Yeah. Oh no, seaman. Straight seaman.
Oh,
I was a swimmer.
He's a seaman.
Went to the Navy as a seaman, and then converted to an airman, and then I tested into aviation machinist mate. But I was in the line shack my entire time that I was there.
So what is line shack like?
General maintenance.
Plane captains. You
Crew
do
chiefs.
14 days for wash rack.
Oh, okay.
Fuel.
Phase.
We were like-
type of
When
things,
you're out,
or-
when you're on land, you're in charge of the fueling. You're in charge of
Okay.
the dailies,
Gotcha.
diving the ducts, making sure,
Gotcha.
checking the cockpits, and
Making sure all the fluids are good. Making sure just kind of basic
running
generic fucking.
a pond
Gotcha.
6,
Gotcha.
all that shit.
Does it equate into you guys being like A&P mechanics or not really?
No, his actual rate does, but not being a plane captain. His
Okay.
actual rate, aviation machinist mate. So you're a mech, right? AD.
Yeah.
So that the engine power plants.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I touched oil. I guess that has to do with the motor, right? So I a little bit, but no. I did.
He
A
wasn't
little,
in long enough for that.
Yeah, I did a little bit with the mechs or the ADs right before I got out, so I was getting ready to transition over to the shop. This is the end of my term, and then just never did. They kept me in line check and got out in June 2011, and I don't know. It's good times and bad times, you know.
But you did what? 4 years? 5 years?
About 4 years. Yeah, 4 years.
So why just 4? I mean, I'm asking because we all have our reasons for getting out or for staying in. I mean, I did 20, so
In the ocean, I'm a really good candidate, right? I float. But for Navy standards, I was too big.
oh, okay, gotcha.
So every time I did my physical fitness test, right, I passed the run, passed the push-up, passed the sit-up. I'm pretty strong.
It's the waist?
The waist.
The waist.
Yeah, your BMI.
And so they got me for the 3rd time. And I remember Master Chief come up and he goes, "Well, you got 2 options. You can either get out or we can kick you out." I was like, "I'll take my leave. I have like 35 days of leave saved up. I'll take them." And
Take them and gone, huh?
Yep.
God. Yeah, see, that's not too bad. I've known a lot of people like that. And then as we were talking, you know, with the furloughs and stuff in 2011, 2012, it was just kind of a shitty time. I know I had to rate people and kind of give them the good old, hey, you're not going to be in the military anymore. And that was a fucking tough thing to do, you know? Because if you had any kind of indication, which one of them would be PT, it would be like, guess what, dude? Like, we can't retain you because of that. And we cut the force by so much that it's still taking a toll. You know, I mean, they said it was, what was that? That was 10 years ago-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that it was going to take 8 to 12 years for the force to finally get full on up from us just losing that many fucking people, which is fucking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to think, you got to train everybody. Like, you got rid of NCOs and brand new individuals, so you got to fucking train everybody up to get back up to speed.
Right. Not everything follows the ranks. Everything that we are supposed to do as lower ranking individuals in the military, the higher ranking individuals do not have to abide by those rules. We have to abide by a physical readiness test and a body mass index.
Yeah.
Once you become an E7 and above, 9 times what I was in, for the 10 years I was there, that shit didn't matter.
Yeah. They were cheap.
It didn't matter. Oh,
Wow.
they couldn't even hardly fit through the P-way, the knee knockers on the ship. That's how big they were. But they wouldn't get kicked out. But the ones actually doing the work actually got shit on. A lot of the times, unfortunately, that's the way it was.
That's crazy because it wasn't like that for us. Everybody would get fucking scrutinized. But everybody had different standards by age group, you know, like depending on how old you were.
Yeah.
Over 40, you had a lot more leniency, you know,
Right.
but you still would have some standards. So
Some regulations.
I definitely can see that, but it's all on who you know as well, too, and who you are, you know?
Who'd you blow?
Yeah. Well, I didn't blow anybody. I didn't blow anybody. I was at Navy, you know?
Yeah, sure. He was in the chair force.
I was, but it's cool. Like, I'm okay with that.
PRTs on a treadmill.
No. Have you seen the video lately where it's like everybody's running their performance test and it's, you know, the Army's running with the gas mask, the Marines are running with the gas mask and everything. And then by the time it gets to the Air Force, we're running on simulators. So we're just...
They got Wii controllers. In
Yeah.
You just stand there with a Wii controller.
Don't be jealous, man. I mean, hey, I still got out. I still retired. Still get the same paycheck, you know? I mean, it's just what it is.
Still the service. Just
Did you ever go to Qatar?
I did go to Qatar.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did.
I liked it over there, man.
I was there for 7 months.
I wasn't there that long.
And you got a chance to go off base.
Mhm.
I was a driver, so I had to drive downtown, and that fucking driving was ridiculous. Probably the worst driving, and I've driven all over the world, but they would go from 7 lanes down to a 2-lane turnabout.
Oh shit!
And dude, it was ridiculous. And if you got on the left lane, dude, you were staying in there because nobody would let you in.
Yeah.
So you always had to stay on the right lane, no matter what. So traffic was fucking shitty. The crazy thing is you saw all these Maseratis and all kinds of fucking badass cars out there because everybody's got so much fucking money, you know?
Yeah.
But we used to go to the markets called the souks. Did you go to the souks? God, the fucking food. The food was phenomenal. Probably some of the best that I've ever had in the world. You know, and I've been to many places. So that place, if I can go back again, I'd want to go eat there. Like, just for the food.
That's a bold statement.
No, I'm telling you, if you went, he knows, he's been there.
It's amazing, bro.
Dude, the food is phenomenal. Like,
I was there in 2008, and it was ridiculous.
yeah, I was there in 12, and I went off base quite a bit, and I recently have tried to learn how to even just do their rice, and it's just like, I don't know what the fuck they put in it, because the shit's so fucking good. One of the first podcasts that I did, I made some Afghanistan-style chicken, you know, where they use yogurt and all kinds of stuff. And then the second one that I did, I used some of the spices that I still have from Qatar. And I put it on, I put it on steak. Holy shit, dude, that shit's fucking phenomenal, man. So I will say that their food, Mediterranean, Arabian food, fucking off the hook, man. It's just you couldn't fucking drink there. So, you know, you have your fucking food and you're just like, oh, well, I want a beer or something, but you can't, you know? Unless you go to the resorts and then you got to pay like $25 to get into the resort and then pay to drink.
Right.
Which you weren't allowed to, but, you know, I mean.
You were in Qatar in 12?
Yeah.
They still have the bar on base with the pool tables
Oh,
and
yeah.
shit?
Oh, yeah. The brawl?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. So I got in very fucking friendly with one of the bartenders, and she used to pour me fucking. So you know how they would
Did they
use a
still
plastic
have
cup?
Did they still have ration cards?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh no. You had to scan your ID.
Oh, really? No, we had ration cards back then.
But the thing is, like, she would fucking. I would flirt with her. She would flirt with me. And then next thing you know, let's say this is a red Solo cup.
Uh-huh.
It would be this much of vodka, and everybody else would be like, "What the fuck? How the fuck did you get that?" And I'm like, "Dude, don't worry about it, man. Let's just fucking drink it." So. And sometimes she wouldn't even scan my card, so I could have like 4 or 5 of those, you know? Oh, dude, it was fucking worth it, man. It was worth it. Hey, dude, sometimes you just gotta do a little flirting to get what you want, you know?
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like she was like, oh my
It's
God.
the same
but,
thing with being here. You give the bartender a couple extra dollars a tip every time you go buy a drink. It gets more and more and more. I mean,
yeah, the same thing, you know? Unless they're fucking tracking the alcohol, which by the time I was leaving, they started tracking alcohol because it was like, how are we not making any money and we have no fucking alcohol? You know what I mean? Oh, I don't know, because somebody fucking flirts with somebody and then they end up getting what they want. You know, it's just fucking that type of shit.
We played golf in Qatar. They had a simulator there when I was there. Is it in Qatar?
I don't remember the simulator. Was it on base, or was it downtown?
No, it was on base.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember that on base, unless
So
they got rid of it.
Kandahar. It had to be Kandahar.
Yeah, I never went to Kandahar. I went to Bagram. But
Shithole.
the fucking that whole fucking area is a shithole. Especially for us, you know. I mean, fuck. Whenever I was in Balad, there was, I think it was 60,000 troops on that fucking base. Dude, it was fucking a mess, dude. It was a fucking horrible thing, man.
Yeah, fucked up.
But I mean, you learn to deal with it. You just fucking move on, and
Mhm.
you know, you're just fucking there. So, and then, you know, like I was telling you, it's when you end up getting out. For me, at least, it was one of those identity. You know, I lost kind of who the fuck you were. You know, because you're used to fucking being around people, and you know who each other is. You know,
Well,
back
yeah.
and forth. And then you get out, and you know, you did 10, you did 4 years, but when you do 20 or more, dude, you know, that was your whole life, man. You did more in the military than you did outside, because I was 18 when I joined. So
Yeah.
it's
So,
fucking crazy.
You're like 38 when you get out, though. That's like the glory of it.
It is.
How young you are when you get out.
It is, but dude, when you did that for 20 years,
Yeah.
like, you know nothing different. You
So-
literally know nothing
Right.
different.
Same thing for me. I was in Lemoore, California on the Naval Air Station. And when I got there, I was 19 years old. Stationed there for 10 plus years, you know, a little over. Owned that station in Lemoore. I met so many people.
Mhm.
They become brothers, they become family, they become friends. I'm from Mississippi, a small town. I'll never live there again. I love it. Good for you guys for staying there. Dad, I love you. Thanks for coming to Arizona to visit. I'll never live in Mississippi again, but it is a career. And it was 10 years, but it was 10 years of me knowing the same 30 to 40 people, if not more, in and out of my life, but for those entire 10 years.
Mhm.
And then when you get out, they're still living their lives. They're still living their careers. They're still moving on to other bases, other commands.
You're like, what the fuck, man?
And
What
now I'm living a normal, everyday civilian life in Tucson, Arizona. Like, what do you do? How do you figure out who you are and what you're going to do?
Yeah, and it's hard because, with the military, I love to fucking travel. I'm not, I always joked with my family and stuff, but I'm not the typical Mexican. Like, most Mexicans like to just fucking stay where they're at, stay put. Not me. I don't fucking hate it. Last year alone, I did, 5-6 trips all around the United States because I just can't fucking stay still. If I could have a traveling job right now, I fucking would do it in a heartbeat. But it's I got my kids here, so I can't do that.
Right, exactly.
But with the military, I mean, it was an obligation. Like you're going no matter what. And I was always the guy that was like, "Fuck, dude, send me everywhere, dude. Send me everywhere. Send me to the shitholes. Send me to the shitholes were the best fucking TDYs or deployments, like all the time, because you have that camaraderie. When you go to like, Hawaii, Thailand, or whatever, everybody wants to do their own thing and they have their own agenda. But when you go to like a desert, you're forced to interact. And we didn't have
each other,
yeah, we didn't have fucking cell phones. Like nobody fucking, you know. I mean, you had cell phones, but you didn't have the technology you have now.
Right.
And you were able to fucking hang out, fucking play. Dude, I don't know how many times I could tell you that I fucking played spades, man. Like, you know, you sit there and you fucking play spades and dominoes, spades and bones.
Yeah. We used to play every night on this shit.
Playing fucking tournaments, playing all kinds of shit. I mean, I had my fucking partner, man, Mitch Wilson. You know, when I was in Saudi Arabia, we'd fucking play and run through some motherfuckers. And it's just like, fuck, dude. Like, I can't ever get that fucking time back because, you know, it's just, you can't ever recreate that type of shit, you know?
You can't, man. You can't. And civilians that have never been in the military or never been part of something bigger, I would say, or meaning like first responders or, you know, other
even
agencies,
EMTs and nurses, you know?
If you've never been part of that type of a family where it's not your blood, but they will do anything and everything for you, and then all of a sudden you don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
It's a kick in the nuts.
Yep. So, and we're kind of talking about those individuals that were saying, you know, like fuck the Fourth and all that other stuff, where they're protesting fucking, my son was saying protesting Freedom Day or protesting Independence Day. Those are the individuals that don't understand, that have never gotten out, that have never been, you know, what are we, like the 1%ers or 3%ers or whatever you want to consider us?
Yep.
You know, that
1% of the world, I guess. Yeah.
No, it's like 3% of Americans have served or something of that sort, or maybe it's 1%. I don't know. I gotta fucking take a look at the numbers again. But it's one of those things where it's like they don't understand. They don't understand why we have the freedoms. You know, I mean, yeah, I get that there was a Supreme Court bullshit that just got overturned, and you know, hey, everybody has their opinion, but everybody makes that opinion all about them, and then it just becomes a big fucking issue versus, hey, you got your opinion, I got my opinion. I'm not going to infringe on yours. You're not going to infringe on mine. We can have a, you know.
You have to learn to agree to disagree.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
You have to learn to agree to disagree on a lot of things nowadays.
So all this stuff that we were just talking about and the camaraderie, civilians don't get it, and you know they're trying to do that fucking CTR or critical race theory or whatever, CRT. But in the military, fuck, you work with everybody and anybody. And, you know, yeah, sometimes you don't like people, but you're still fucking having to work with them.
Some of my best friends in the Navy were blacks.
Yeah.
A couple of black guys.
Yeah.
Right? Who's this guy? Tristan Foster was one of them. Yeah. Right? And I had a white guy who, this was after I got out of the Navy. After all of us got out of the Navy. You remember Easterwood?
Yeah. Yeah.
He called me, I'm not going to say it, a lover.
Yeah, no.
You know? And I'm like, bro.
And it's so pathetic that
the family that even you were part of, you were even part of the family and used to hang out and love all of us. And that's the type of person you're going to be?
Yeah. And
to say that?
I just don't understand how there's so much fucking ignorance out there. You know, even in the military. But again, you know, as we talk, you see the ignorance in every fucking kind of career field that you can fucking possibly be a part of, you know?
Oh, yeah. It's being engraved in our minds.
Yeah.
I mean, from school.
Yeah.
They teach you. Yeah.
I think we're going down a different rabbit hole, but yeah. So what do you guys think? Because you guys have a fucking empty plate over there.
I forgot what it tastes like. I'm going to eat more. Phenomenal. The pork butt, pork shoulder, fantastic. I love the coleslaw.
Yeah?
Yeah, and the corn, even though I wasn't supposed to have it. So
the
good.
spiciness of that coleslaw was I'm a coleslaw lover.
Yeah.
And for it to taste like that makes me never want to go back to any other coleslaw. Like that shit was bomb.
I'll legit buy a tub of coleslaw to eat in one sitting.
Yeah.
You can't tell I'm like 6'4", 350 pounds. I'm a huge guy. I'm trying to knock those habits, but yeah, that coleslaw I would buy and just go to town on it.
This is why I want to do this, is because I want individuals to taste, so I can create a menu for my food truck, and this is the type of feedback that I fucking love, because if it's not good, why the fuck even make it? You know, obviously,
Right.
but you know, like you don't see the fucking spicy coleslaw type of thing, and I was one day was like, fuck, I wonder how it would taste to fucking just add some spice to it.
Yeah.
You know,
Honestly, it's proportioned just right. It's not. It's because the spiciness is just hanging around.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's
it's not
not-
overbearing. It's
Not overbearing. It's not too much at once. But right now, just after eating it, it's like, man, that's fucking. It's the spice is still there.
Yeah,
I just still feel it tingling a little bit.
that's not the spice, bro. That's when you lost your virginity.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
What's your nickname again from your car salesman job?
Glee sack.
Glee sack.
Yeah. I got a dangly sack.
Dangly sack. Dan Glee sack.
Dangles.
Dangly
Dangly
sack.
Old balls.
Yeah, man, it was good. It was
Yeah,
good.
very good.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it, because you know, like I said, I want feedback. I want to. I'm determined to create a menu where it's an offshoot of other good stuff, but with different flavors. You know, the spicy coleslaw. Like, there's a couple other ideas that I want to try that I'm just like, oh, do I want to try it? But I want to do a lot of spiciness, not to where it's bad or it's like, oh, I can't eat it because it's too spicy. Just to have the flavor, you know, just a little bit of fucking jalapeno in the back with just, you know. But then I don't know how people are gonna really like it, because a lot of people don't like spice. So it's like,
We are in Arizona.
yeah,
Close to the border.
yeah, you're right.
We got, I mean, you know, if I would bring friends from Iowa out here, they would not be able to handle the spice, right? And like when I was in Iowa for 7 years. I missed the heat. I missed the
Really, was it
flavors
bland?
of the South. Yes. Like everyone loves, like, no offense, guys, but everyone loves the Mexican restaurants out there, and they're not Mexican. They're
Taco Bell.
They're owned by white people.
no, they're restaurants, but like the food is very Americanized. No flavor, no heat.
Yeah, but then you're here, and
I
God,
love it. I love it. Like I do my own mango habanero salsa. I love habaneros. I think they have the perfect amount of heat. I'll eat a jalapeno raw. So I guess I'm more accustomed to it, but.
I couldn't do that shit.
No,
I'd
I can't.
get heartburn.
yeah,
with that.
I can't either. Like, no, not habaneros, not fucking.
I like jalapenos. I can eat jalapenos all
You
day
gotta
long.
dice it out. You gotta dice it up. Take all the seeds. When I take off, I don't put any seeds in the habanero, so it's literally just the oil, the skin,
And the veins.
and then I'll leave the veins in there.
Yeah.
You dice them real small, get the flavors in there, and it's heat. It's hot, but it's not too much heat. Great flavor. Great flavor.
May have to
Try it.
may have to mess around with that. But yeah, I definitely love
What does that say?
that stuff too.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell if that was a J at the end or what.
We're having a little sidebar conversation. about-
Sorry.
Sorry, I saw his tattoo.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, that's why we're here. Just fucking asking questions.
Yeah,
You know.
no, I saw the dates on there. We had a mutual friend of ours that we lost. Around the same time as the tat on his arm, so that's why I was asking.
Yeah.
But okay.
That was a tough time.
Yeah,
That was a tough time.
it was.
The tattoo that they're referring to has dates, and it was for his sister. So yeah. But there's plenty of food. You guys are more than welcome to have more. But you know, we're coming to the end of this. I really appreciate it. You know, these guys are phenomenal. Good dudes. I'll be drinking a lot more with them. Probably not today, but definitely soon.
For sure.
And we'll see. Hopefully, again, like the podcast, share it, do whatever you want to do with it. But if you're interested in coming up, I told I'm gonna go see somebody in Chicago. I'm gonna go see somebody in Florida, or many people in Florida, Texas. So I'm down. I'm down to do this. Drink some beers, have some fun. There's probably gonna be, again, I keep saying this, but there's probably gonna be some that I'm gonna get roasted on. I don't even think I'm gonna be able to fucking say a word because
Right.
there's gonna be a group of them in San Antonio with about like 10 or 12 people, and I don't even know that I'm gonna get a fucking word off. I'm probably gonna be like, fuck you guys, like, I'll just sit here and fucking take whatever the fuck you guys got. Because they all got stories about me. They all got stories about me. I think the other day I was talking about a story of me getting lost in or some friends of mine thinking that they couldn't find me in a strip club. And my ex-wife went and fucking took me out of the strip club. And they were like, where the fuck is Pedro? They went to every fucking private room looking in there. And oh, dude, it was just such a fucking horrible mess, man. Such a horrible mess. One of my friends fucking narked on me. So, I mean, I said it in the last podcast, but he literally narked on me with my ex-wife. He was more asleep than awake, so I'll give him a little bit of credit, but still fucking narked on me. So
Yeah,
she went to the strip club and fucking grabbed me and took me out of there. So it's just a whole fucking mess. But it was a good fucking time, man. I mean, I had a blast. So it's just those little fucking stories that you're just like, fuck, man.
Right.
And
right.
you don't ever remember all the stories until you get around people. And then you
Yeah.
start, and then everybody starts talking, and everybody starts remembering something different. And then all of a sudden, you piece together a story, and you're like, "Oh fuck, I forgot about that shit," you know? So yeah,
Like
so this
like
is.
the 50 cal story.
Oh yeah, you said you were going to talk about it. Go ahead.
Okay, so this was, I think it was our second cruise. It was a 2000.
Your second cruise.
Yeah, for my second cruise.
Uh-huh.
We were, it was Richie and myself going down to get a vacuum because we were going to suck up the water off the flight deck for a wash job. Right? Can't have any water on the flight deck in the ocean.
You got to clean the captain's cabin. You got to make sure it's dry.
Oh, so you got to. It's like being out on an airfield. You got to sweep the airfield because
Well, yeah,
you don't want to
No
debris
fog or
or
anything like that.
Yeah. So we had got the vacuum. We were getting ready to come out, and Hilo had just landed on the flight deck, and the ordnance guy was bringing down the 50 cal. I remember, I opened up the hatch and then came through, set the gun down. As soon as he set the gun down, the round went off and shot right into the flight deck. I didn't puncture the flight deck, but it went through the steel I-beams, the ventilation, and then hit the flight deck and sent shrapnel all over the place. Now, for myself and Richie, I know for myself, I was concussed. I
Yes.
don't know if you ever play video games, but when those blacking out scenes, that's literally what it was like. Because all I remember is I remember my vision going in and out, couldn't hear shit, and we were crawling on the ground, and there was a shop right to our right, and they were pulling us in there. And the next thing I remember, our chief, our line check chief was in there, asking me, "Are you okay?" I couldn't hear shit. I'm screaming at him. They take us down to medical bay, and turned out I had shrapnel in my abs, belly, and the other guy Richie had big old shrapnel right in his chest. They called me abs of steel, a good drug, and they called him iron.
Mm-hmm.
And because he's got
I'm pretty sure he does.
still got it. Yeah, mine came out. My abs of steel pushed it up. But it's like to this day.
Dude set the 50 cal right down on the ground right when he did it. Butt in down.
Yeah.
We just popped right off.
Yeah.
Huh.
The hearing loss. I do every once in a while. I hear like fireworks, right? That'll set off. But I don't really have it's not like PTSD, like a bad moment. Once again, I play video games. It's kind of like I'm reliving a video
Gotcha. Huh.
Yeah.
But still,
It was still crazy to hear it. I was on the flight deck when it
and,
happened.
yeah,
It was
that was the loudest thing because the walls, it's all steel. The ship's made out of steel, and so
inside the skin of the ship, and it's all steel.
Yeah, it was so loud.
It's fucking echoed.
It just all stayed in that fucking damn. Nope. That's why I didn't want to fucking be on the ship.
That day we changed they changed how they do regulations.
Standard operating procedures. The SOP changed.
Of course,
You
it
know,
did.
you know what I got from the captain? Thank you. They give you good old captain's comment. Real good. I was like, yeah! What do I do with this?
Can I buy anything?
Not a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
You don't get shit. Thanks for staying alive, and we get to use you for
Yeah.
another day.
Yeah.
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 That's exactly it. Yep. And the VA will take care of the rest of your fucking injuries later on in life.
Just do like me and don't send them any payments.
Oh, or that too. I don't know. But
The VA's not horrible though.
yeah,
At least not for some of the shit that I deal with.
I've heard horror stories of the VA, which I've never done.
no, you've never gone. Oh man, I think it's beneficial to a certain extent. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll talk a little offline after this. But again, thank you. Hope you enjoyed it. These guys are here and they're gonna probably eat and maybe have another beer. But take care and we'll see you soon. I'll see you next week. All right.
Later.
Bye.